Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. JV Ejercito said Tito Soto has urged senators to prepare for a possible historic impeachment trial of Sara Duterte. The Supreme Court of the Philippines ordered Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Ralph Recto to respond to a petition seeking physical and mental exams, including a hair follicle drug test. The ICC Appeals Chamber dismissed the jurisdiction challenge of Rodrigo Duterte, allowing proceedings over alleged crimes against humanity to continue. The Environmental Management Bureau reported air quality in Metro Iloilo remains at good to fair levels as of April 21, indicating generally acceptable conditions despite the haze elsewhere. Rodrigo Maranan reported a new hazing incident at the Philippine National Police Academy, just a week after assuming as acting director. Nickel Asia Corporation is acquiring a stake in a copper mining asset in Kazakhstan to diversify beyond the nickel and expand into high-growth mineral markets. Cup of Joe taps into Gen Z's emotional language with Multo redefining ghosts as lingering feelings, past relationships, and versions of oneself that continue to haunt. Yannick Sinner said his focus at the Madrid Open is to reach peak form for French Open as he aims to complete a career Grand Slam. Today is the 23rd of April, 2026, Tuesday, and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Today, the easterlies will bring cloudy skies with isolated rains over southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, while the ridge of a high-pressure area extends over eastern, northern, and central Luzon. Metro Manila, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol region, Visayas, and Mindanao will have partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to the easterlies. The rest of Luzon will also experience isolated rain showers from localized thunderstorms. Pag-asa warns of a possible flash flood or landslides during severe thunderstorms, and as of 2 a.m., no low pressure areas are being monitored for cyclone formation. Now for a traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Bukawi Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. Approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, motorists may encounter an approximate 100-meter vehicle queue. All other areas of NLEX, SATEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are experiencing light traffic. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Senators are being advised to prepare for a possible impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte, with JV Ejercito saying Senate President Tito Soto has urged readiness as the case may reach the chamber. While no formal move has been made, lawmakers are considering legal consultants and stress impartiality as potential senator judges. Meanwhile, the Anti-Money Laundering Council flagged about 6.7 billion pesos in transactions linked to Duterte and her husband from 2006 to 2025, including 33 suspicious entries with noted gaps against her declared assets. Now, the Supreme Court has ordered President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and Acting Executive Secretary Ralph Recto to submit comments within 10 days on a petition seeking medical and mental examinations for the president, including a hair follicle drug test. The court stressed it has not ruled on the merits of the case, filed by former House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez and others. The petition calls for Marcos to undergo tests and disclose results, citing fitness to govern concerns and unverified drug allegations. Marcos has dismissed the claims and recently made public appearances to counter health concerns. Now, the ICC Appeals Chamber has dismissed former President Rodrigo Duterte's challenge to its jurisdiction, allowing the Crimes Against Humanity case against him to proceed. The court rejected all four grounds of appeal and declared moot his request for release, upholding its authority over alleged crimes from 2011 to 2019, despite the Philippines' withdrawal from the Rome Statute. Duterte, in ICC custody and absent from the hearing, is accused of murder linked to his drug war. His lawyers criticized the ruling, calling it an overreach. The case now moves closer to possible trial confirmation. Now, air quality in Metro Iloilo remains within good to fair levels, based on the latest monitoring by the Environmental Management Bureau in Western Visayas as of April 21. Readings from stations in Oton, San Miguel, Pavia, and Iloilo City show generally acceptable conditions according to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, despite haze reports in Metro Manila and Cebu. Authorities continue monitoring the airshed while health officials advise children, seniors, and those with respiratory issues to limit outdoor exposure and use masks when necessary. Now, a new hazing incident has been reported inside the Philippine National Police Academy just a week after Acting Director Brigadier General Rodrigo Maranan took office. Authorities said the April 19 incident left two cadets with bruised feet after allegedly being struck by upperclassmen. Both are now under custody as investigations continue. The case follows a more serious April 3 incident where 20 cadets were injured, reportedly involving drain cleaner and muriatic acid during initiation rites. Several suspects have been charged, while multiple officers were relieved from their posts. Now, Nickel Asia Corporation is expanding beyond nickel as it moves to acquire a 20% stake in East Copper Production LLP, a Kazakhstan-based copper mining asset as part of its diversification strategy into high-growth minerals. The deal with Silk Road Resources Ltd. is still subject to due diligence and regulatory approvals. East Copper holds rights to the Kachirga copper mine, which produces copper sulfide concentrate and cathode in Kazakhstan's Central Asian copper belt. NAC said the investment supports its goal of building a diversified resources portfolio following strong earnings last year. The Cup of Joe headlined the Tang Refreshing Rave in San Juan, La Union, delivering a nostalgic, emotional set built around the Gen Z concept of multo, lingering feelings from past love, missed chances, and personal what-ifs. Their performances of Multo and Tingin drew strong reactions in the beachside crowd. Blending music and shared memory, band member Gian Bernardino said Multo can also reflect non-romantic regrets, like abandoned goals. The group stressed authenticity as they build momentum towards their upcoming stadium concert in May. Now, world number one Yannick Sinner says his main focus ahead of the Madrid Open is to peak for the French Open next month, where he is still chasing a career Grand Slam. Sinner recently won the Monte Carlo Masters after beating Carlos Alcaraz and is aiming for further improvement on clay despite Madrid's tough conditions. He has never gone past the Madrid quarterfinals but says Roland Garros remains his top priority. Sinner also expressed disappointment over the absence of Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic and begins his Madrid campaign in the second round. Now, a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for confidence and leadership Aquarius. You may feel ready to take charge and step into a position of authority at work. This leadership role may come more naturally than expected, bringing both ease and confidence as you guide others. However, remember that power comes responsibility and accountability. Lead with clarity and gentleness. Your team is more likely to respond positively when your direction is firm but respectful. Now, Tribune, did you know on April 23, 1946, Manuel Rojas is elected President of the Commonwealth of the Philippines, marking a decisive step towards full independence after World War II. Rojas, running under the liberal wing of the Nacionalista Party alongside Elpidio Quirino, defeated incumbent President Sergio Osmeña in a closely contested election that also included a third-party challenge. He was inaugurated on May 28, 1946 as the last Commonwealth President and later became the first President of the Third Republic after Philippine independence was granted by the United States on July 4, 1946. A former congressman, senator, and finance secretary, Rojas was a key figure in post-war reconstruction. though his presidency was cut short when he died in 1948 after a public speech in Pampanga. Now, this morning's viral is an overload of cuteness from a dog gathering. The video uploaded to TikTok has garnered 431,000 views and has netizens commenting, "Tatlo na lang yan sa GC, nag-away-away pa," among other funny reactions. In the clip, it is seen that the three dogs supposedly looks like they're having a meeting, with two of the dogs seemingly getting into a heated conversation, while one is the more neutral one. And that's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.